this morning is probably murdered again, is Gaetane Montreuil. I don't speak French, but that's close, I think. We learn many of our values and beliefs from metaphors and stories told to us or read to us as little children. Remember those stories? Gaetane is the author of children's books and will share insights with us that found their way into Leelo to the Zoo, which is one book of a series that follows a little boy-like angel who lives in a kingdom above the earth, the clouds, and often visits his best friends on earth. Gaetane was born in Quebec, where she opened, that's Canada by the way, where she operated a private kindergarten and owned a business for interior design. She has 4 children and 5 grandchildren, all who have been instrumental in the creation of Leelo. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. It's impressive, but I feel better because I know that I have many friends here. That's better. Thank you. First, before to start, Jim, I'd like to thank you. You wrote such a nice email to introduce my presentation today. I don't think that I would have done as good. And of course, all Dave and other people who give their time to make the open circle happen every Sunday. And I don't think you realize, I have the same clothes. Look at that. They're on my flyers. I just want to make sure that you remember me. This is. And these flyers will be under the tree, if you like to have them. And I have to tell you, I have been a little bit concerned about my accent. But I realized something. I do not have an accent. Everybody has accents. And when a word is too hard to say, I ask my husband to help me. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm sure that you can see that. And this is my first presentation about my book. Please be nice to me. I would like to start by telling you a little bit about my life. I had several careers in my life, but the one I felt most fulfilled was running a kindergarten Montessori school and being employed as a social worker. Both these careers, plus having 4 children, 5 grandchildren, have given me the opportunity to help young children developing healthy social skills, a caring nature, and self-confidence. When I was a young mother, long time ago, I started a Montessori school in my home. I had morning and afternoon classes for a total of 16 children, many children. There was a woman in our town who had a 5-year-old daughter with Down syndrome. She had tried to get her daughter into a kindergarten program at many regular schools, but none will accept her. And at that time, there were no facilities available for handicapped children. She came to me, hoping that I will let her daughter join my classes, even if it was expensive for her, as my school was private. I did accept her daughter, but many parents were concerned that it would not be good for their children. These parents were paying good money to me, and they wanted the best for their kids. I finally convinced them that it will be an opportunity for their children to learn how to be kind to those less fortunate, and to help them appreciate their good fortune in not having to live with such a handicap. They agreed to the challenge, they accepted. But the miracle was that the children began to help her rather than resent her. They would tie her shoe, help her to put on a heavy winter coat. In Canada, it's cold. They totally accept her. It was the most amazing experience of my teaching career. It's not finished. I have another career that is so dear to my heart. I was employed as a social worker. I did not have a diploma or training in the field. They want to hire me because of my experience running my school, and they needed someone who had experience working with children. I was assigned to handle kids with that's a bad word, behavior bad boys problem. There was a little boy. He was about 7 years old, and he had a problem. He was setting fire to garbage cans, pushing other kids, stealing pencils, and even more. The school rejected him completely. I met with this little boy, and I could see that he was very suspicious of any adult, including me. I probably looked like just another bad teacher wanting to punish him. We began just to talk together. It was lunchtime, but he did not have any food. I treated him to a hamburger at McDonald's. Delicatessen, it's so great. But you know what? He ate it very quickly, most likely because he was not getting regular meals. When you really think about that, that's terrible. It happened that this kid did not have anybody to take care of him. Everybody has rejected him. I told him that starting now, he was under my protection. All that I need from him was a commitment to try to behave. When he had a problem, he could call me anytime. I would be there for him. Of course, I had to go to the school board to fight for this little boy. And they agreed to letting him under my close supervision. It took less than 2 months for him to transform his behavior. And all it took was someone who cared and was willing to stand up for him. And I realized children are born gentle, kind, some smarter than the others, but they all have a good nature. And it's our responsibility as parents and grandparents to help them develop this quality. About me now. I raised my children, 1 daughter, 3 sons, as a single mother. My children's friends were always welcome in my house and would often stay for dinner. I think that I am a good cook. The more, the merrier. I had rules to follow, but they were very happy to comply. I had a busy life, but I always had a strong connection with children. Some people think that I forgot to grow up. When one of my granddaughters was 10 years old, she said to me in a very serious voice, "Grandmama, you are too immature to be a grandmother." I think she was right. You know, I had dreamed of doing so many things in my life, but raising my children and making a living was my first priority. Now then I am retired, and I have a husband, just sit on there, the handsome guy, who encouraged me to follow my dreams. I chose the one I care the most, and it was to write books for children. For many years, I had a vision to write a story about a fairy tale kingdom about the clouds. I'm a dreamer. When I was flying in a plane, I would take photographs of clouds just to help me capture the image in my imagination. What has evolved, no, what has evolved is a story about Leelo. This is Leelo, a little boy like Angel, who lived in a castle above the clouds. He was the child of the king and queen of the Angelus kingdom. After coming to Earth and befriending a shy little boy named Marco, the two become best friends. And Marco was mesmerized by the fact that Leelo could only be seen by nice children and animals, not by adults. Marco was often a victim of bullying, but with Leelo's help, Marco's problems were overcome, and he even received an apology from the leader of the terrifying gang. These words are so hard to say. And after book 2, this one book 1, and this is the book 2. Book 2, Leelo to the Zoo, continue to the whole story of a friendship, good nature, and overcoming adversity. When Leelo was finally granted permission to visit Earth again, sliding on a rainbow, he met his best friend Marco and was invited to join his class visit to the zoo. After arriving at the zoo, Leelo and Marco couldn't believe what they saw. A gang of boys throwing nuts and chips into the monkey enclosure, in spite of the big sign saying, "Do not feed the animals." Things turned from bad to worse after a baby monkey began to choke on the food. And the zookeeper would not come because they thought Marco was trying to play a trick on them. Finally, Marco was able to summon the attention of an old man who convinced a veterinarian, to save the monkey's life. Ashamed of their behavior, the boys confessed to their wrongdoing and engaged in friendly chatter and excitement with the other children on their way home. Now, in my third book, it's not done, not finished yet, but Leelo will discover that he has special powers and has to learn how to use them to do good deeds on earth. The larger purpose of this book and the theme of the series of 20 books I will be writing is to encourage children to develop a more caring nature. When I say 20 books, it will always be some different adventure from Leelo, Marco, and the friends, meeting people who have problems, kids, helping them. It's always the same kind of thing. Okay? The subject of bullying has become a very big issue today. Through the media, we are aware of many examples. And I'm sure some of you have instances in your own family or those of your friends. The internet has now led to cyberbullying that in some cases has led victims to commit suicide. There are books about this problem, but they are mostly directed toward teenagers. There are virtually no books on bullying for younger children. It is my hope that reaching the 5 to 12-year-old age bracket will help deal with this problem before it gets too serious. I see my books being read by parents to their young children and having a way of getting into a conversation to find out if they have been bullied or have they even been the bully. That's possible. I plan to go to school board and police department to introduce Leelo as a vehicle for the anti-bullying campaign. I would like Leelo to become a sort of a hero, you know, to young children, a model of good behavior for them. They will be invited to become friends of Leelo if they are willing to embrace his virtues, his values. If a child is isolated and alone, go to him and help him. Be included with others. If a child is picked on, the friends of Leelo will go to help. My wish is that my books make children more caring of each other. And as they grow up, they contribute to making the world a better place. They may seem like the naive rambling of a grandmother, but I don't care. I'll follow my dream anyway. It's just who I am. Thank you for your attention. But now, I need you. I definitely need you because I would like to have your own experience. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here mostly that we share our experience. We share our comments. And do you have something? Yeah, this lady. I have some questions for you. Huh? Be prepared.
I'm just curious, will these books be in different languages?
Yes. They are presently French because I'm French. English is done. And I'm working with the Spanish people. It's not complicated for me because I'm new here and I don't know everybody. But somebody is doing it for me. I want to publish in Spanish.
And will they be available electronically?
Yes, it is.
Well,
On Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the point is, I look at Barnes and Noble. If you order a book here, it costs you almost $30 more. Not 30 pesos, $30 US, which it doesn't make sense. If you like a book, you just sign in the back, and I will order together everything, and you won't have to pay any shipping, any customs, and anything. I thought that it was the best way.
Wait
Yeah.
until, just 1 second. Stop.
Yes, it's so difficult to get books actually published these days as opposed to just electronically, and you did. Be interested to hear how you did. Do you have an agent, or how did you go through
Oh,
this?
I sound like everybody like the hard way, and in my first book I spent more than I got. But good thing I have a husband. That helps. And the second book, but I decided that I should do something better, because to write a book is easy, but to promote it and to make it known, it's not so easy. Which presently now I have a marketing agency who will make the big advertising in Canada, US and UK. And already I have some results that's very good. But my question here, I will try to find somebody who can do it in Spanish. I don't have anybody. If you ever know somebody, please help me. But I kind of like this presentation like this. I feel comfortable with that. Maybe because I see all friendly people. You know, I mean, I feel good. And I would like to do again these things. And as I said, sign if you want the book, everything will come here. And I will be able to sign the book for your kids.
I want to make a comment. I'm so happy that you're presenting about children's books and children. If you want to change the world, you go to children first. Adults are pretty set in their ways. And bullying comes from adult behavior and the society we're living in. So go back and read some of those wonderful children's books for that child in you and see how much you'll learn.
Thank you. This is a fact. You know, you really have to have one mind.
Yes, that'll go.
Merci, Gaetane. I wonder how you came up with the name Leelo. When I first saw the presentation, I thought it may be in Spanish, because in Spanish, if you separate the two words, it becomes Leelo, which means read it.
But you know what? I will not have said the way that I am my character, but maybe I should. Huh? Yeah, okay. It's not hard for me to write because I dream and I wake up in the morning and the book is there. I just have to put it on paper. And this name is Leelo. It came there. I mean, don't ask me why, when, and what it is. And when I dream something like this, I know that I have to write. Like, I have another one that I just wrote. It's not published yet, but it's Pinope. Everybody said Pinope is not a name. But Christian, what came in my head was in my dream. I cannot not using it because it's like if I break the stuff, you know what I mean? I need to use what I dream. And this is what happened. I thought that I would read for 20 books. I had already 5 in there.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
In your series, are you looking at writing a book? It would be delicate to write, but a book that helps children understand when their parents are bullying them. Because so much of that bullying starts at home, like communicated over there.
Exactly. Most of people who are being bullied have started at home or at school when they were very young. That's been proven, you know. And I think that when parents will read the book to the kids, because sometimes we're busy, we work, you know, we don't have that much time, but it's easy to read, no problem. And it gives a chance to talk about that. The kids will be able to. I made this book as much for the parents than for the kids, in my mind.
Ella?
Hi, Gaetane. Gaetane and I met recently in Toronto by accident at a wedding. And to my great surprise, when we started to talk about where do you go for the winter, she said, oh, a little town in Mexico, you wouldn't know. And of course, we've been coming here for about 10 years, so that's like the unexpected. But what I wanted to ask was, you said you would like to do it in Spanish, to write your book in Spanish. I take Spanish conversation here. My professor happens to be sitting right there, and I'm wondering if perhaps he would be interested in working with you.
Well, no, I need to be a native speaker.
But I had a lady who had started to translate, but the point is, I don't know if it's well translated because my Spanish is nothing for the moment. I need somebody who will be able to write for me to know if it's good. Maybe you can do that.
Francais or in English?
From English to Spanish, she does.
Okay.
My son translates for me in English because he knows me and he talks the same way than me. Because I don't want a translation that doesn't reflect me. I mean, everything should be the same way. And this is mostly what I'm worried to the translation. I want to make sure that it really represents.
I'm sure it would be, we'll find somebody to do it.
Yeah, I just need somebody who can tell me if it's good or not. Hi. Hi.
I just wanted to say how I admired your work because I think we need all this for the children. And I'm Mexican. I have been working for a while in a shelter, and I had the experience you had, like the children there are a little abused, and that's why they are in this shelter. The shelter is called Love in Action. And I used to go there. I'm not going there anymore because I don't have time. But I used to go there, and children are very receptive for love. And I think it's all they need. But sometimes we don't have the words to tell them how we love them, or perhaps they are needing to be told in a different way. So I think the books that you are doing are very important because some of us do not have the words that will go to their souls. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. This is completely true. And, that's very, very good.
Everyone here?
Good morning. I think I can help you. I am a native speaking person. Hablo español. And I also have a sister who is a scientist in education. And she's studying bullying in the university and has published quite a bit. So if you're interested, I can
Definitely.
help.
Don't go fast.
Is that synchronicity or what? Debbie is coming up. Margaret and then Debbie. Back here? Here. Margaret, you're on now?
Okay, I'm on. Okay, I'm another Mexican. I don't look it, but I am. So I am perfectly bilingual. But what I was going to suggest to you about a printer, there is one in Chapala, and another person that you should connect with is Alex Grattan. He is the editor of El Ojo del Lago.
Okay.
So, and he's published several books. So he could give you some direction.
Thank you. Can I get that after,
Yeah.
Nate? Okay.
And also, I'm very much interested in getting the books printed in Spanish. Roy and I have started to work in a school in Jocotepec. And it's going to be called Arte en tu Escuela, Art in Your School. The purpose of this is that they've gotten a wall to do a mural. And we want the children to express themselves through art on that wall in order to vent their frustrations. And bullying is something that goes on in that class, because we passed a questionnaire out, and that questionnaire said, what is it that you don't like in the school? So, other than the bathrooms and some of the other things, bullying was a big deal.
And thank you that you did. And you know what? I just comment. Most of the profit in my book will go for the charity. Because I'm not doing that for to make money, I'm doing that mostly for movement. And for the children, when it's in Spanish, I will give the books to these children, so the school who are interested, to help them.
I also want to add something to that. The Writers Group meets every first and third Friday at Nueva Posada at 10 o'clock.
I already go.
Okay.
I enjoyed your talk very much, and I'd like to thank you for your work. Unfortunately, bullying is a generational thing. It's an ancestral disease that's been going on for eons, and there's not a way to stop it unless we are conscious about it. And so I appreciate your work very much. It's very good to start with children so that they can stop it where they are and not pass it on. Thank you.
It would be interesting to do a survey of all the people that are here to see how many of them have been bullied as a child and also as an adult. Because, I mean, it is, and I know a lot of the schools in the United States are doing a lot, especially at the grade school level, as far as encouraging kids not to bully.
Thank you. It was my first question. It was experience. But you said it very nice. He stand up somebody who hasn't, I should say bad experience, I don't want that word, but something that you really live. And I know a lady, she said she doesn't want to talk, but I will put her on the spot. Yolande, where are you? She's there. She said she's shy, she doesn't want. Everybody's nice. You can talk. We were talking about that yesterday, and it's so important because it represents exactly what we're talking.
Well, I can remember when I was about 9 or 10, getting off the bus coming home from school. And as I got off the bus, I was attacked by a group of young girls my age. And one of the young leaders of this group,
Please hold it, Mike.
one of the leaders of this group came from a very good family, a well-to-do family, so it has nothing to do with class or anything. And they beat me quite severely. And I came home crying. Of course, my clothes were ripped, and it was not a very pleasant experience. But my mother wanted to call the school the next day, and I didn't want her to call the school, but also nothing was done about it. Luckily in my life, that was my only bad experience, but it goes to show that bullying is not something new. This happened over 60 years ago.
This is exactly, and thank you, Yolande. I know I put you on the spot. I would like to have a comment on that, because Yolande said that her mother wants to confront the bully. And she said, no way, no way. What do you think? Should we go to the parents? Should we go to the kids? What do you think that we should do? When a kid is bullied, and we know that they are bullied, and we don't know what to do. In my mind, this is why I talked about the friends of Leelo. Because if the parent goes to the kids, it's even worse. But if you have many kids who join together, they create a force, and they go to help the one who is bullied, that is suddenly something great. And the bully doesn't have any more image, good image, he is not strong anymore because we have this group. And this is mostly what I'm trying to promote. But what do you think? Does it make sense? Hmm? Yeah?
I so much enjoyed your speech and your books. I, at one point, wanted to write children's books, never got to it. Now, in our day and age, and I'm ancient, we just stood up to the bullying. We didn't take, well, the word wasn't even a concept. So we just, if anybody acted rough, we just punched them back. And we got punched back in our nose, and then we said, no, we're not going to do that, because I got a bleeding nose. And then, of course, parents, I had a very strong father who simply put us girls in a little corner, and he was our little bullier. But he was also protective. He was protecting us so that we wouldn't get pregnant, at that age, early age. Now there's no protection. The children gang up, they do whatever they want. They get into this high stuff, and now they're calling it bullying. But this is just our generation now. And we will bypass it because the consciousness level like yours. Yeah. I dream poetry, you dream books. We'll raise and raise, and I think that even the word, I don't even like the word bullying. I don't like that word. I wish it would just leave the whole world.
Yeah, thank you. This is true, Okay. I just have, I have another question. Okay. Should we talk more about bullying to the kids? Not only at school, but in family. Should we bring the subject to the kids? Yeah.
With very little experience, but probably having been one of the bullies as a kid, because I was fairly aggressive and liked to fight, it would appear to me that the focus should be on effective behavior instead of trying to eradicate ineffective behavior. This doesn't mean that children shouldn't be protected and that, but trying to decide, well, these are the bullies, we've got to do something to and about them, it singles them out and causes them abuse, if you will, because they lose their sense of self-worth and they're singled out as being the bad guys. So focusing on ways of interacting that is compassionate, which is the main thrust of your talk, I think is the primary message, and not focusing on the problem.
That's good. Like in my first book, the bad guy fell in the river and he is saved by Marco, and they became friends. And it's mostly these things that I'm talking about. Thank you. You are this leading. You want to say something?
I was only going to say that focusing on appearance, I think it would be really helpful for young children. I know it would have been very soothing for me to be able to read a book about the bullying of the parents, because then I would have known I wasn't alone, that there was other people out there, and I wouldn't walk out the door expecting to be bullied and almost making myself a target. And so I think it starts at home. There's usually one, if not both children, both parents involved in the bullying. So you either become a bully or you become a target.
And it would have been a great comfort to know.
That's good, thank you.
Gaetane, could you explain what your definition of bullying is?
Bullying goes in my side. You have the little kid who's being bullied because sometimes he's too nice. You know, Jim, nice little kids might smile and looks weak, you know. Sometimes he looks too well-dressed. They are completely out of it. They are too shy to share any sport or anything. They are mostly lonely. Or they go on their computer, the smart little kids, you know, who are always on computer. They are easy to go, and they work on their own. The bully in my mind are a little bit insecure because they come in a place, I am the boss, so you do what I want, and I punch you if you want. And you know, in my mind it's a lot of insecurity. Like my little guy as a social worker when I told you, he was the worst bully that you can find. Only to find somebody who took care of him and changed his attitude makes him different, you know. And of course at home, you have to be able to talk about that. And sometimes, if I may say, you don't even know that your kids are the bullies.
Right.
That's a big thing. You have to open your eyes and see what he do. If he pushes the little sister, you know, and pick up the toys and all this kind of stuff, you know it's not normal. You know you have to share. And this is why you have to open your eyes and be able to talk to them, you know, to help them.
What would you describe what is bullying? Is it the abuse of someone else?
Yes, this is the abuse, definitely. You know, abuse in many ways, I should say. You know, I mean, pushing and at school. They eat at the cafeteria and they just trick them to make funny and stop them to be able to include in a group. This is abuse. This is a severe abuse, you know, and even at school.
The question I have, Gaetane, would be, have you written about how we become our own bully after a while?
No, I did not, but you know what? Maybe you should. I should.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, because that bullying becomes an inner bully, that we then repeat what's been said to us especially by family.
You know what? It's a good idea. Just to write something how you become a bully, or you become bully. Is what I think? Huh?
Yeah.
You know, either way. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea. I never did it, but I think this is a good subject. That would be in one of my books. Yes. Yes.
Now, you talked a lot about the personal contact that bullies have with the people who are being bullied. The problem today, however, is also that, at least in those cases that we've read about where young people have committed suicide, the bullying takes place on the internet or on their iPads, and that's so hard to control. As you said, the parents may not even know that's going on, and yet there is no control over that. You know, you can't control it unless, as somebody said, you teach them more effective and compassionate behavior. And I think it will get worse before it gets better because of this new technology that's available to kids without any control at all.
Exactly, you're right. You know.
I really appreciate your talk. I taught school for a year of special education. Had a little Down syndrome girl. She was the sweetest, the best. And the kids helped her. They helped her. They're so sweet. What I was going to make is a statement. A lot of you may know Bette Midler. Okay, one of the reasons she's so funny is that that was a defense because she grew up in Hawaii. And Hawaii, the little Hawaii kids get their asses kicked by the locals. So she had diffused a lot of situations because of that. And I can think of numerous comedians that either ran fast or really were funny to diffuse a situation so we get their butts kicked. Thank you.
You're right. Thank you. Yeah.
I was just thinking, I went to school starting in 1938, the regular course.
I never saw one instance of physical bullying. There were 2 instances I'm aware of verbal bullying, and actually one was by a teacher. Diminishing one child, you know, who was already somewhat diminished. But verbal bullying, I think, goes on a lot now. And we saw those 2 instances at that time. And also the internet. I understand there's quite a bit of bullying goes on in the internet, and that's not physical either. And resulting in one girl's death. Suicide.
This is why, you know, if we can start to give this sense of this value, this sense of responsibility before they arrive on the internet, before they are too strong. I know we start younger, but we have to start somewhere. Yeah?
This is a world problem. We have countries bullying other countries. We have bosses bullying us. We're bullying ourselves. We're bullying everybody we know practically because we're totally in a negative state of mind, and we need to turn to positive, loving. Even though you don't want to love somebody, love is the most powerful thing on the planet. So let's start loving and stop being negative and picking out the things that we don't like. You know, everybody's where they're supposed to be. Everybody love yourself no matter where you are, because you're right where you're supposed to be.
I just want to make one comment. I was talking to David Truly earlier, and it was surprising to me to find out in his surveys that he says there are 40 to 60% of all the people in this area are educators.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good.
That was 40 or 60% of the expats down here were educated.
Of the expats, yes.
Yeah. That's good. You know what, just a little bit statistic. I read that and I found that so amazing. In the state, they said 160,000, don't forget, 160,000 children miss school each day for fear of being bullied. Isn't it terrible, you know? And third of children and teenagers said they have experienced bullying. We have to wake up and do something. You know, the next generation is our responsibility. It's the way that I see it.
Say that again?
The next generation is our responsibility. We have to do something. But not because we're grandparents. Grandparents, we have a voice, very strong, and we have to make it. Thank you. You can put my flowers in the back. If you don't recognize my name, you will recognize my dress.
Thank you very much for the presentation. This issue of bullying and shame has been there since the earliest stories of creation. You know, Adam and Eve felt shame. The first emotion they felt after curiosity was shame. So we thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you for having me.
Remind you to turn on your cell phones and connect back up to the world because you've been disconnected for an hour.
And if you like to write the book, you come at the door because you cannot do it in sound. And you can fill the paper and I will order on the book and pick them up.
Please come back next week to listen to Cat. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.